Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. We're getting ready for a big weekend in the outdoors, beautiful weather, and let's get started with our weather. High today is going to be 89. It has been a little bit warm. Low 73, water temperature 81 degrees. We're looking at, we'll talk about this June weather. I've heard it from several good outdoorsmen that know what they're talking about. They just sort of, it's been a freakish looking June. You know, we've had a lot of wind, we've had a lot of cool mornings, and it's just been really kind of different kind of June. So a lot of people have talked about that. Our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do, especially this weekend. Just get out and do. Apalachicola, Bluntstown, 6.8. Chalkatcha, Caryville, 3.5. I can promise you they're going to be on those sandbars in the Apalachicola River, up and down the river, and all the way to the dam to Howard Creek. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. High tide at 8:01 this morning, and a low tide at 6:52 tonight. And we're looking at, let's go into our fishing game times today. We've got a lot to get in, and I don't want to forget those at the end. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking only at one time today, and we're looking at 11:40 to 1:40. Winds will be coming out of the west at about 11. That's strong. Okay, let's go and take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to first thing. Let's mention the. I took my motor was not running really good the last time I had it out, and it's just unusual. It's a good motor, and I didn't have that many hours on it. And also, I took it up to Bubba Hart's, and I got it from them. I knew they were going to take care of it, and it was fun. I picked it up yesterday. I was just tickled to get it. It didn't take long to get it fixed and all. Guess what it was? I knew it couldn't be anything serious. I told him, I said, it just didn't have any get up and go. It would just run. It just wasn't. I had all the grandkids on. I thought it might have been a heavy load and everything, but it just didn't feel right. You know your motor, you know how it feels. Guess what it was, folks? It was a bird's nest that was being built where the intake, where it takes in the air, and a small bird, a little air hole up there behind the motor, it sort of got in there, and it started a nest. And that's what, who knew? I didn't take off the cowling. I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I would had it out a couple weeks earlier, and Gail and I, just two of us, and ran fine. And then had the grandkids out on it, just didn't get them going. In fact, we didn't get to go fish where we wanted to. So anyway, check out bird nest. I was talking to him up there, and he said they don't usually get a bird nest, but he said on these larger motors, it's not unusual. People bring them in with the same symptoms, and it'll be a squirrel nest being built in it. So always check the intake and all before you take it to the shop. But it needed to be looked at and everything just to be. I had it in there in a year or so. So anyway, thank you, Hart's Marine up there, for taking care of my motor. Let's look at some pictures. We've got some great pictures here. Let's start off with this one here because, listen, all these captains and all these people going out are saying this. 1 to 2s, they said. It would be fun, they said. Noah can't be wrong 3 days in a row, they said. Folks, this is not a local picture. This is just basically what all the captains are saying. It's just been blowing for about 2 weeks now, and it's been rough, especially on these smaller boats. And Noah can't be wrong. Well, that's an inexact science. I'm not going to say anything else about that, but they didn't quite get the Hurricane Michael forecast right either. Boat ramp at Bluntstown, still under repair, but with limited use. Bitter Grantham sent this to me yesterday, took the picture. You can see it's being constructed. I think it's limited use, so you can maybe get in on part of it, but good job on getting that boat ramp right there in Bluntstown. And that's a great area right there. You can go upriver, downriver, and catch fish within 3 minutes from that spot right there. This is Aiden Harrison strikes again over there in the Chalkatcha River system. Good job, Aiden Harrison. From bass to brim, whatever it is, he's going to catch them. He's fishing down there around St. George Island. I got this for one of the viewers. If you want to get your live pinfish out around that pass, Bob Sykes Cut, here it is right here. That's a number. It's Sullivan's live pinfish. Some local boys just catch some live pinfish. Good job. Okay, Well, Kurt Davis, they went out yesterday with family and friends, and here, what a neat, memories are priceless. Went out with the Fiddler family. They all had a good time. Good job, Kurt Davis, and thank you for sharing those pictures. Okay, and one more here. The Holly family, fishing off the bridge right there in Lynn Haven, catching these drum. The drum have been strong all year. You saw the picture yesterday, the one coming out of the North Shore Canal over there, okay? I got to show you this picture. This is Jason Turnell, Jason, one of my former guys, and he sent me a message. I told him this is Photoshopped. I didn't believe it. And so here, we got another picture. Okay, this is local. Look at Jason. He's in the water. He's with Justin, and they were shooting a show. And I hadn't got all the details on it. He just sent it to me yesterday afternoon. But good job, Jason Turnell. I want BCC, the trash folks and all. I tell him he's in a trashy business, but he does a good job with it. So anyway, good job, Jason Turnell. I did want to mention this real quick. I got this, this right here, how to stop the private development. A lot of stuff's going on. The petition has been started, and it's been signed by, I think, 7,800 signatures on this petition as of June the 17th. To try to prevent Tyndall from leasing 3,400 acres of pristine land for private development. Now, I got a little nervous yesterday when I saw on the news where the Secretary of the Interior was in Panama City. When the head man of the Department of Interior was supposed to take care of our natural resources is down here. Now, I saw him at a tackle shop and all, something going on. So we're going to stay on top of this, and I'm going to try to invite some people to come on the show and talk about it. They know a lot more about it than I do. But it's just an interesting situation where we don't know what's going on. And like I say, when they're coming down from Washington, D.C., this is some federal stuff, and they're meeting on something else, but you still know, they're meeting on other stuff too, and we know how that goes. So we'll stay on top of this. That land does not need to be developed. It's just leave it alone. It's pristine land. It's okay to have pristine land in a little part of Florida. Okay, let's take a quick break. I'll tell you what. Well, we're going to draw a little bit later. Let's go and take our break now. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the famous Friday fishing forecast based on the reports we get during the week, and we're proud to do it and appreciate all the information y'all send. We're going to, June. You think about June, I got a big red snapper here, and this one's about 28 inches. You can imagine those 36-inch red snapper, how big they are. So, but June, you think about snapper, you think about tarpon, the picture we just showed. June is the tarpon month, okay? So we got June coming in, then we got the snapper coming in, so, and also drum, okay? And then the other one would be, of course, on the saltwater side would be the speckled trout. Those four species right there, June is just a big month for them. Now I got a report from Joel King. Joel fishes East Bay. He's a good loyal viewer, very active as an outdoorsman. And I went by to see him the other day. We were talking about some of this Tyndall stuff. He's upset about it too, and he's going to be working hard on his end, just as a citizen, contacting the congressman and all. But anyway, that's another story. But let's go ahead. He said they go to East Bay pretty regular. Went yesterday. Actually went Wednesday, and actually it rained on a Wednesday morning. Y'all know I didn't realize it rained anywhere Wednesday morning, but he said it got pretty cool, and because this morning's been cool. But anyway, he said a 17-inch or 19-inch trout been very active over there, and that's a good size right there, 17 and 19 inches. Unusually, he's not catching a lot of small ones. Most of the time you catch a lot of small trout in Choctawhatchee Bay and Apalachicola Bay, and here you catch a lot of small trout this time of year, but unusually they've been catching those. So thank you, Joel, for that report. Where to go this weekend? About anywhere. Freshwater, the river's in great shape. The sandhill pond's in great shape. Freshwater fishing is just going to be excellent. So just keep that in mind. I've got some really nice bass pictures and all coming in. So I'll be checking with Bobby Smith next week, see how many bass he's over 50,000. But I know he's catching some too. Flounder is so-so right now. Redfish have been strong in all the bay systems. Some really nice pictures. And what they're doing, they're catching them early. Some really early pictures then in the mid-afternoon. Those two times rather early and mid-afternoon, and that's because of the tide. So keep an eye on the wind and stay safe on the boat too, okay? So now we're just going to do a quick drawing real quick. I'm going to run out of time, I know. Okay, I'll tell you what, I want to set up this video, okay? This is Father's Day weekend, and I wanted to go ahead and honor my father and show y'all the last fishing trip that my dad and I went on. And we knew my son and grandson, we knew that he was not feeling well, and we didn't know how much longer we had to fish with him, but we all got together, my nephew, and we just got together and decided to go ahead and let's go ahead and take him fishing to Teologia Creek, his favorite place. And we took the camera along, and I didn't, it was one of my early years, it's 2006. It was May of 2006. Several months later after this video, he passed away in October. But we had this one wonderful last trip, and it was just a special time for all of us on Teologia Creek. And so I just want to share this on Father's Day. We're going to take a break and watch the video, then I'm going to come back and do our drawing and close it out then. So let's go ahead and take a break. Folks, we're down here today on an area called Teologia Creek. It's a full moon in May, something our family's always done for a long couple of generations, I guess, fish this creek area. And you can see it's a really beautiful area if you scan down here. Typical of all the creeks in the Florida Panhandle. We had a little bit of rain, it's a little bit muddy, but down here, fishing off this little point here, my dad, do you want to turn around and say hello to everybody, and my son Chip, okay? And my nephew and his buddy, they're fishing across the creek. We're going to talk to them in a few minutes. Now, Dad, we're talking earlier about how long we've been fishing down here. You well into your 80s, and you fished here as a kid, right?
Right. I started fishing here when I was about 12, 13 years old.
And have you caught very many fish down here?
Oh, Lord, hundreds of them.
Hundreds?
That size.
How big?
That size.
We've always found a sort of, in May is always a good time, that full moon around May. Haven't we always fished?
That's when they're bedding.
What do you always like to use for bait?
Crickets. That's the only thing they'll have.
Really? Now,
You're all hung up. You should walk this cross going to Gretna to catch the school bus to see the beds on this lower side here.
on the way to school?
Huh?
You used to see it on the way to school?
Yeah.
Y'all had to walk to school?
We walked 2 miles to catch the school bus.
How many miles?
2. Started off when I was in 3rd grade, walking up there into the sewers. My mama got him to bring it halfway. Oh, Robbie dog.
You lost him, huh?
That was a good one.
That was a big one?
Yeah, he was a big one. Probably catfish.
That's your first one?
Huh?
Hold it up. That's your first one today?
Yeah.
What? Hold them up there, boys. What y'all catch them on? All right. Folks, we on Teologia Creek. This is on my right. This is Matthew, my nephew. Raise your hand, Matthew. Holler at us, okay? His good friend over here, Michael Richter. They all went to school together, played ball together there at Liberty County. Matthew coaches there now. Michael, what do you do now?
I'm in real estate.
In real estate there in Liberty County. And they've been fishing together for a long time. And they, to be honest with you, they're in a honey hole right now. I've been over across the creek talking to my dad, and they've been catching them while I've been talking to him. They wouldn't tell me anything, but they've already caught. How many of y'all caught already?
About 8 or 9.
They've been here about 5 minutes, and they've caught about 8 or 9 already. Well, I turned the camera on, so that's going to slow it down a little bit. There you go, right there. Michael, that's pretty easy, ain't it?
It looks real easy.
You could do this, make a fishing show. Show me that bucket. Well, y'all got some in the bucket already, Matthew?
Sorry?
Yeah, show me that bucket. I mean, can you sort of lean it toward the camera? I don't know if you can. You may not. Folks, they've been here seriously about 5 minutes. Okay. Telogia Creek brim.
Need a sandwich. And get back catching fish. I mean, I've come down here many times and fished until 11, 12 o'clock, no later than 12. 12 o'clock I'll be through, be on my way home. I'd get to the house, I'd have 50, 60, 70 some odd select brim.
Wow. You and Grandma?
Yeah. I brought Granny down here one time. She fished on this side, I fished on that side.
Hey.
And we both had a string like that.
Wow.
I mean, good fish. Not a whole lot of change. When they built that bridge, there was a trestle there, and they see them beams that you can't see them now that the bridge is on.
Yeah.
I remember coming down here as a kid, seeing them.
And they threw them all over there and kind of messed up things.
They just threw them in the creek up there?
Yeah. They like to lost some of them went down so deep in the mud.
I remember Daddy shooting gar with his bow and arrow from up there.
Oh man, I shot more gar down here than I sat on that trestle one day. I didn't have a rifle. I carried 38 gars on both sides.
Wow.
But the gators moved in and they had a feast.
Man. He came up to the top of the water. Look at him.
You saw him? Got one.
Pull him on up. Pull him on up. You got him?
Yeah.
Hey, pull the line over here toward me. All right, good job. All right.
That's a nice one. Absolutely.
That's a little one.
That's why you can't catch it.
He gets to playing with it. That's about the size of a roach. Probably. See, Bill? In fact, it might be a roach fish.
No, I never caught no roach right here on this pit,
You ain't caught any here?
on these beds, no. Now down the creek, plenty of them,
Down the creek, they probably come up the creek.
no doubt, but they keep them run off. That's what we call them red ones, we call them a bull brim, and they run anything that gets close to them beds, run them off. They stand guard over it.
Folks, my dad, when he was growing up, they lived way on top of that hill to our left, and he talked about walking, he and his twin sister, my Aunt May, would walk all the way down this railroad track. Now you see he's fishing right here, and they'd fish all on this creek and all, and then they would walk all the way down and all the way up to the top of this hill to catch a school bus, which was about 2 miles. So he was, rain or shine or cold, it don't matter, they had to go to school.
It was about a month ago. I was on Ocklawaha River with a friend of mine. We were fishing, and we'd been fishing for several hours. We was catching all you wanted about that size. Pretty. So finally, I looked back and I seen him. I heard him say like that, and I looked back and he pulled up a fish at least that big, just that pretty. And I just jokingly looked back and I said, "Well, you just need to throw him back." And the time I said it, I knew he was going to, and he took that fish off and threw him back in the river, and I like had a fit. And he said, "Well, I'll fish here all the time. I'll catch him another day." And we laughed about that. It was so funny. It was the biggest one we caught. He threw him back.
He took you serious.
It was funny.
Folks, we're about to wrap it up. We've had a good morning. We probably fished an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and this is our fishing party. This is a full moon in May. We always try to hit Telogia Creek and all, so let's introduce ourselves again at closing.
I'm Matthew Chester.
I'm Michael Richter.
These two guys from Bristol, over at Liberty County boys, they went to school together, played ball together, and still good fishing buddies.
I'm Chip Chester.
This is my son, and what do you do now?
I coach up at Bozeman. Okay. Teach school up there. And this fellow here,
Willis Chester.
this is my dad. This is my dad. He's been fishing here closer. He says 60 years. Been closer to 70 years. And Daddy, what about his pole right here?
This is my daddy's pole. And when he passed away, I got it. And if it's caught one fish, it's caught 1,000.
Folks, this is what it's all about, getting together with family and friends and just having a good morning of fishing. And we're gonna show you what we caught. Matthew, let's see, we got 2 bucketfuls. We're just gonna show you what's in one bucket, because one bucket is more full. Michael, hand that to me. And these are what we call these, Matthew?
Red.
Okay.
Teloja Creek red bellies.
Teloja Creek red bellies, okay? And we're gonna have a fish fry tonight, and we're gonna have a good time. I want to thank all of y'all. We've enjoyed it, and all this is. I'm Winston Chester, Panhandle Outdoors.
Okay, welcome back. Only got a minute left. I want to make sure you enjoyed that. Let's look at the drawing right now. The winner of the big red snapper, I'm sorry, $20, Bobby Barnes, Cottondale, and the big red snapper is going to be Michael Singleton. Okay, those are 2 winners. I want to let's close out here. I want to just wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I just did this, scratch it out, and that's my handwriting, everything. It's a wonderful situation to be a father. Happy Father's Day to the surrogate dads, the stepdads, all the dads out there. As a father figure, we have, we have a responsibility to take care of our families financially, socially, morally, spiritually, and all these things. And what a joy it is. At times there's some setbacks and all some disappointments, but overall, what a joy it is to be a father and a granddad. And I cherish that role, and what a wonderful ride it's been for myself. So I had one great role model in my dad, and he had one great role model in his dad. So something I want to pass down, wishing, especially you outdoor dads. That's just icing on the cake to be an outdoor dad. So I want to wish you a very happy Father's Day to everyone out there. You have a great weekend. Do something special, especially for those dads. Enjoy yourself, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.